Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Ray's Sports News and Debates. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the best teams in all of baseball right now, and that is the Houston Astros. And man, it feels good to say Justin's coming home, boys. For those of you who don't get that reference, the Astros obviously won the World Series last year. And in the offseason, they had offered Justin a deal, and the Mets offered him more money. So he left the Astros, who were overall in every aspect of the game a better team, for money, which I can respect. You know, you won your 2 rings in Houston. You won a Cy Young, you threw a couple of no-hitters. You delivered on everything you said you would when we got you from Detroit. Now, I don't know what the Mets were thinking in terms of, okay, we have Max Scherzer now, and now we have Justin Verlander. Okay, let's see if we can develop this team going forward. Okay, which is not the case. The Mets are one of the worst teams in all of baseball. That's just my opinion. They had Pete Alonso, great guy. Phenomenal hitter, but outside of that, they got about diddly squat. Astros, I think, one, they needed started pitching. So the JV move doesn't surprise me, especially in the sense of, out of all the money that the Mets owe him, the Mets are paying 60% of his salary. So the Astros got him pretty much for the next 2, maybe 3 years for about $22, $23 million. Which is cheaper when we have him on a roster. So it's like, good job, Mets. But you could see the writing on the wall when Scherzer got traded to the Rangers. They were going to get Justin out of there too. I just think they thought getting those guys on the same team was just going to magically turn that franchise around. And there's a lot more wrong with it than just them. Now, JV wasn't pitching that well this year. He had a 4+ ERA. But, like I said, he wasn't on a great team, And I think him going back to Houston. Now, I don't think Justin's going to be the ace. I love Justin, but Valdez has been our guy the whole year. So, props to the Astros. This was much needed. We needed started pitching. They were one of the front runners to get Ohtani, and the Angels took back, and they made a couple moves. They're gonna try and make a late push, which I don't think is gonna work out. I think the Astros are gonna win that division, but the Astros need to start starting pitching, especially with McCullers' situation. We need somebody to help Valdez out. And I like the other guys on our roster, but you need a strong 1-2 punch when it comes to the postseason. And I think Justin is that strong number 2 guy. I think you could put Valdez in that game 1 spot. He's earned it. He's been our guy. He was the first lefty in franchise history to throw a no-hitter. And it was a 93-pitch no-hitter, which is basically averaging 10 pitches an inning, which is remarkable. But, it just, I don't know who to talk more about, the Astros or the Mets. But I think the Astros are winning it again this year. I think the only thing they were lacking was another good starting pitcher. And I think they were hoping it was going to be McCullers, but he got hurt. And we got a next man up. We got to get another guy to fill McCullers' shoes. Justin's that guy. He's a 3-time Cy Young AL Cy Young winner. He's won 2 rings with the Astros. And I mean, Astros have great fielding. They have great outfielders. The bullpen's been dynamite this year. They have one of the best team ERAs in all of baseball. And, the hitting is coming alive. At the beginning of the season, it was a little rough. But now that, we got Altuve back, now that Alvarez is coming back, I still think I think Brantley is still out, but we got a solid team. Jose Abreu's starting to get a couple of hits. Martin Maldonado had a 3-hit game the other day, but yeah, I think the Astros are winning. I don't see another team top to bottom that I think really matches them in every aspect of the game when it comes to starting, pitching, bullpen, and hitting. The other team I think might have a shot is the Rays. I think Baltimore. I think Baltimore is going to be a sneaky team, and they're going to be a hard out. But I think it's going to be one of those two teams. Those are the only teams that I could see giving the Astros fits. I don't think anyone from the National League scares the Astros. Dodgers are a great team. I think the Astros can beat them. The Brewers or whoever wins the Central, they don't scare the Astros. But matter of fact, there is one team that I think can beat the Astros, and that's the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta's already beat them once in the World Series for a title, but they're the only team that can match them pitcher for pitcher, hitter for hitter, bullpen for bullpen. Top to bottom matches up well is the Braves. But yeah, Astros got to be the favorite to win, and I'll get in Justin back. And I think he's going to be comfortable. He's been in Houston before. He knows the expectations. And I think a weight's going to be lifted off his shoulders, not being the number one guy. And the Astros might put him as the number one guy. Like I said, I'd put him as the number 2 guy. But man, does it feel good to get Justin back. And if you knew me and you've heard my comments about Justin, it has been critic. Everyone in the NBA is doing it. A lot of people in baseball are doing it, and they're basically, once you win a ring, we're leaving for money. And I can respect Justin. He's done everything that there is. He went to New York because that's where Kate does a lot of her modeling gigs and work out there. So I could see why he wanted to go to the Mets. But I questioned the decision, honestly, because I was like, well, but you have more of a shot to win a ring with the Astros than you do the Mets. Don't get me wrong, Max Scherzer's a great pitcher, but he cannot carry a team to a pennant. I'm sorry. You got to have a team. but I'm happy. Justin's back. I'm eager to see his first couple of starts back, and that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Go Astros.